All right. Sorry about that. Don't know why it's giving me keyframe interval error, but whatever. So we're going to go ahead and continue on with our live build of the Prusa MK4S 3D printer. Just going to jump right into it, leave it where we left off on step 21. So let me go and get the main frame out of the way for right now. And get that out of the way. And let's see, we need to assemble the X carriage clip parts preparation. So I believe this is the X carriage clip, right? It's an X carriage clip times 1, X carriage clip times 1. Yep, that is it. Oh, I missed. Oh well. And we need 4 M3 times 10, which is these right here. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. All right, spilled a couple of them. You guys can hear me, right? Yeah, okay. Just want to make sure. Thought I muted the audio for some reason. Guess maybe I can turn that up a little bit. Is that better? Yeah, that's better. All right, and we need the rubber pads, which is in this box. I need 2 of those. So 1, 2. Wait, that's all that's left. Easy enough. 4, 2. Yep, that's good. And now to assemble the X carriage clip, we're going to place the 2 rubber pads in the slots. You can see them here on the close-up camera. Slots that are right there. Let's go straight in there. Assuming they just push in just like the other ones did. Nice and neat. Yep. And they cover up the open slots completely. So super easy. There we go. Covers up those slots right there. All right, and now step 23. Caution, make sure to have the parts oriented correctly. X-end idler on the left. Yep. X-end motor on the right. So we got the back facing us basically. 2 on the bottom, on the lower, and the single ones on the top. I'm going to attach the X carriage on both bearings on the lower rod. See the orientation of the X carriage in the picture. Slide both lower bearings all the way into the pockets in the X carriage and align them with the outer surface of the X carriage. Rotate both bearings so that the marking is facing you down. Need the upper bearing out of the X carriage for now. So let's see what the pictures look like. Okay, so we need to leave that out of there for now. Try to get those rotated down. And need to take this. Okay, so these are like, I believe these are the door hinges for switching out the nozzle. That's what it looks like to me anyway. So we need those towards the X motor mount. And this goes underneath there. And just like that. I get those straight down like that. And then we're going to use a cover with the bearing cover. Carriage is secured by 4 of you. Notice the orientation of the part. Do not fully tighten the screws at the moment. So do not fully tighten the screws at the moment. And what is the orientation? Orientation has the part number. So here I've got the part number towards the back. Oh. Make sure those bearings are all the way in the part. This side was sticking out a little bit there. See, now that I got in this orientation, I want to see what those markings are. And the reason why they want you to put it in that orientation is so that the entire carriage rides on the 2 upper bearing tracks instead of just one, because if you have it in the X orientation or the plus orientation instead of the X orientation, it'll ride on just one single bearing track, or if you have it like kind of off, it'll ride just on one bearing track. Go. That's good. Did not tighten those all the way down. Do not fully tighten the screws at the moment. For the following steps, please prepare the X motor. So I get this out of the way. Don't need that anymore now that those aren't laying on the desk. X motor, ensure you're using the correct motor. There's a label on the bottom. GT2 16 pulley, M3 times 18 screws. So let me see. M3 times 18 screws. 3 of those. 1, 2, 3. We need 1 of the M3 times 10 screws. Oh, there's 1. Very nice. We need a GT216 pulley. That's it. Here we go. GT216 pulley. Right here. The X motor, which if I'm not mistaken is this motor right here. Yep, X-axis motor. Perfect. All right. That's step 24. Yep, we got all those pieces. Yep. All right, we're going to attach the X motor. So we're going to need to insert the M3 times 10 screw into the X and motor. Line it up with the edge of the plastic protrusion. Do not tighten the screw. There is no thread inside. Just insert it freely. Place the XM motor on the X. So let's start with that blue step. So the blue step is to put M310 right here. Oh wait, it said freely, right? Place the XM, insert the screen of the XM motor. Line up with the edge of the plastic protrusion. Do not tighten the screw. There is no threads inside. Just insert it freely. Okay, so we don't need to tighten or anything. Place the XM motor on the X motor. Secure it with the 3M 3x18 screws. Tighten the screws just slightly. We'll adjust them later on. Note the correct X orientation of the cable must be facing you. So if we turn this around and this way, the cable should be going down this orientation. And then this go on there. And then our M3x18 go through into the motor. Get started just to get it mounted on there. Push that all the way in there. And make sure the tension screw on the X motor does not fall out during the handling, which that's what that is. Okay, I see what that is. So we can tension it by pushing that screw in and it'll push that over. I understand. That makes somewhat sense. That's what it's showing right here. We want to make sure that that did not fall out. And we want to push it all the way in towards, just remember, so the screws are at the inner end of the oval holes. Make sure they're all pushed over. It's good. Just gonna get them slightly tightened in there just so the motor doesn't slide around. Perfect. Attach the X motor pulley. So step 26. Attach the X motor mounting the pulley. Attach. There's a flat part of the motor shaft. Rotate the motor shaft with the flat part facing the opening. There it is right there. See the flat part of the motor shaft towards the opening. Place any of the Allen keys on the top surface like in the picture and align the pulley with the Allen key. Okay, so we want it to go up like that. All right, so it's just like the other one. So we need to loosen up these grub screws. And slide it down on there. I'm just gonna tighten it up some. Go. And then we want to make sure that it is flush with the printed part there. Whoop, too far. I know what I'm going to do. That way I can just get it pressed right up against there. Come on. That should be nice and tight now. Make sure that's level. And then we're going to rotate it and tighten up the other grub screw. And that feels about right. Yeah, feels good. Get that out of the way. Guiding the X belt parts and preparation. So we need the X belt. So that's going to be the remainder of what's in this bag. So we've got our X belt. It says it's X-axis belt 800 millimeters. So 800 millimeter. See better here. Nope. Here. Focus, focus. There we go. 800 millimeter. And we need the rest of what's in this bag, which is going to be the G220 idler pulley, which is this piece right here. So it's got no teeth. And then we need the pin. It says pin H8 2.9 by 20 by 1. Doesn't say that anywhere on this bag, but it's what's in there. And it does say on here 1 times H8 2.9 times 20, which is what is in our parcel list. I'm going to leave it on top of the bag there so it doesn't roll around. So now this bag is completely empty. And we have used everything in this bag. Missed again. All right. So step 27 is on. Step 28, guide the X belt, X idler end. Guide the X belt around the idler pulley. Insert the clamped pulley with the belt inside the X idler. So just gonna show exactly what the picture shows. And get the belt on there with the teeth facing inside. Align the hole in the pulley with the left hole in the plastic part. After aligning the pulley, push the pin through the plastic part and the pulley. Push the pin all the way using an Allen key. Do not apply excessive force when pushing the pin, as this could cause the pin to push through the plastic part, resulting in a breakage. Okay, I get it. So it wants us to do this from the back. Push that in there. Pin in. And push it all the way in. And after aligning the pulley, push the pin through. Push the ball into it. Pull lightly on the belt to secure the position of the pulley, and you will see the pin inside the hole. Once the pulley is secured, the pin is not visible at all. Let's see what this is. There's a small typo. The warning here, this causes pin push all the way through the plastic part. Force is needed on the pin. Just some nudging so it falls into place. All right, perfect. Nothing important in the comments there. So guiding the X belt, leave the pin free for now. Insert the upper end of the belt into the groove in the X carriage. Push it all the way in using Allen key. Push the lower end of the belt through the belt channel in the X carriage. So let's zoom in on this picture. So yeah, so it's got us going and putting it in there. Pushing all the way in. And then the next picture has us feeding it through. Yep, so it feeds through it there where I expect it to. And then you need to run it around the motor pulley. Okay. Let's go ahead and push it all the way in there. Even with an Allen key, that's not easy to push in. Still sticks out a little bit, it looks like. I feel like it's all the way in there already. Yeah, it is. All the way bearing. And then now we're going to feed it through the guide, it says. What's it? The channel. Guide the belt through the X-in motor around the pulley. It's going to go in through here. Just using an Allen key here. One of the longer ones. This is the longer 2.5 millimeter one. Try and so this step right here. So you got to push it through, get it underneath that pulley, and then back out the same hole. There we go. All right. Wrapped around that pulley. And then back out the same channel here. Perfect. Back over. All right. And then guiding the X belt carriage, guide the X belt to the X carriage and push it into the groove, the plastic part, as far as possible. Push it all the way in using the Allen key. The belt must not be loose, sagging. We'll adjust its tension later. Place the upper bearing into the recessed lace carriage with the marking facing you like in the picture. Okay, so basically we want to pull it tight and put it into its home. No sagging according to the instructions. Allen key. Make sure it's pushed all the way in. All right, that feels good. And then we want the bearing to go into its home with the marking facing us. That looks good. Looks like it's facing us pretty good. Yep. Assembling the X carriage, final check. Move the X carriage side to side several times to check the movement is smooth. So they have us having it right here. We can, yeah, that's pretty smooth. I don't feel any problems. All the way to that end. And all the way to that end. Okay. After you ensure that the movement is smooth, fully tighten the screws on the X carriage clip in this order. So, yep, that's the side. So we want to do upper left screw. There we go. Lower right screw. As you can see, I did not have it all the way tight whatsoever. Upper right screw. Lower left screw. And I'm going to get my Allen key here just to get a little bit more tension on it. See if I can get some more. That feels good. Feels good. That's good. Yeah, that's good. I'll let that come out. All right, that's all tightened up. Just make sure this bearing's back in the right spot. Come on. There we go. I think I tightened those up just a little too much. Feel a little bit of binding with the bearing there, so I'm just going to loosen these up a little bit. Yeah, that feels good. All right, so now we got that taken care of. We get to eat our gummy bears, but let me check, make sure it's not compared simply with the picture. So let's take a look. So let's get this into the center here. So got everything in. As far as I can see, everything's to the right there. That's all in. That's all in. For sure the next picture is the back. Got that. This is in the right spot. Those are in. All those are in. That's in. This is the correct way. That's the correct way. And that looks right. Now I can have some more gummy bears. Yummy. Very yummy. All right, next chapter. No fires and 2.5 millimeter. Yep. So the poly sets, please prepare Z bottom left, Z bottom right. Let's go ahead and get those out first. Nope. Not it. Nope. 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 Yep. These are the right ones. Come on. There we go. Z bottom right. Z bottom left. 6 M3 times 10 screws. 4, 5, 6. And then we need smooth rods, paper towel, smooth rod. Which rod do we need? We need the shortest rods. And they're not that much shorter. Medium rods, shortest rods. So it's 325 millimeter rods. And we need to clean them up. Yep, inserting the rods. First step, use paper towel, clean the smooth rods. Oh, the preservative oil. It really must be perfectly smooth. Wash that oil off my hands real quick. The movement's still stiff. Apply a small amount of Prusa lubricant, which is included in the package. That's fun. All right. There's our inspection hole. So take this. There we go. I didn't need any lubricant for that. And we just got to make sure that that is all the way in there. So see, there's no space between the bottom of the rod and the 3D printed part in that inspection hole. There we go. There we go. That wasn't that hard. Make sure it's all the way in there. And yeah, that looks good. Yep. All right, we got those in there. Get those out of the way. Let me just get this out of the way for a sec. Now we need the frame back. Yeah, that's the correct way. There it is. All right, they're both in there. Let me just double check this last picture here just to make sure there's nothing. Yeah, so it needs to be all the way in. That's exactly what it's showing. Assembling the Z bottoms. Warning, printed parts aren't the same. There are left and right pieces. See the protrusion tooth on each part. For the right side of the frame, there's protrusion on the right side, plastic part, and vice versa. Attach both Z bottoms to the frame and secure with the M3 times 10 screws. So got the tooth on the left side of this one, and on this one there's the tooth on the right side, so that's the right side. And then the screws go in through the printed part into the frame. Typically turn the printer on its backside for easier access. Yeah, that's not hard. Avoid wobbling the rods in the Z bottoms. This could cause them to break and falsely destroy plastic parts, which could lead to injury. Yeah, let's do that first though. Let's make sure that all of these threaded holes accept a screw first. Yeah, easily. Simple. Yep, that's good. And that one's good too. Perfect. I want to make sure that, yeah, the screws run through the printed part, no problem. All right, so let's do what it says to do. Let's put it on its back. So I just feel like that's going to make it much easier. There we go. That way we can get that in there. And tighten it down. In there, screw, there we go. Very nice. One more. And then I'll tighten them. All right, let's tighten these all the way down. Grab my Allen key, get a little bit more leverage to tighten them down. Get in there. Add. Snug in there. Okay, come on. And that's pretty good. Yay. All right, and now let's do the right side. All right, that's good. So let's get these snug. Tight. There we go. Nice and tight, nice and good. Let's get it back up on its feet. Yep, nope, no problems there whatsoever. Too late for the cardboard part. All right, Z motor assembly parts preparation. So we need Z motor left, Z motor right, M3 times 10 screw 8. So I'll get 8 of these out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now we need both of the. Let's go ahead and get the trapezoidal nuts out. I'm just going to put these off to the side because it's saying we're going to need them later. And then we need both of the motors that have the screw rods built into them. These are fun. So this is the X right or Z right. This is the Z left. The rubber pads are not in here, so we need 42 by 42 by 2 millimeter rubber pads. I'm guessing that's in this box somewhere. 20 by 20, 25 by 25, I need 42 by 42. So it's going to be shaped like the motor top. Oh wait, they are in there. Why are they? Oh, there they are. It's only one though. It says one. There are one or two in here. There's only one. Where's the other one? Maybe that's not the one we need. Yeah, there's two. Was I supposed to use that somewhere? Oh, that's the spare bag. Gotcha. Never mind. Woo! All right. So we've got all the pieces that we need. We don't need to get rid of the trip zone nuts. Place both rubber pads on the motor surface. Make sure the holes, the pad are aligned with the holes. Just make sure I got this right. So this is the Z-axis left. Just slide that down. Make sure it's nice and aligned with the holes. Doesn't have sticky anything, it just kind of sticks on there. And then just make sure this is the Z-axis right, correct. Just slide that down. Make sure it's lined up with the holes. And installing there, place the Z motor left short cable next to the left Z bottom. Place the motor cable must guide under the frame to the PSU right and the X body box left. Push each motor through the Z bottom and secure it with the 4. So we already have that. We need this. There's a little spot underneath there. So I'm going to go ahead and get both of them into their homes. That is not easy. Okay. Let's get these wires where they go. Oh, come on. You don't want to play nice, do you? I see where you go. Yep. And yep, it's good. Now it's close enough. And then we want to use the screws here. And here. There we go. Ah. Oh, come on. Get in there. Why don't you want to get in there? On there? Oh, there we go. Come on. Get in there. Don't know why it's trying to give me a problem here. There we go. That hole was a little on the tight tolerance side. Just trying to make sure the rubber pad's in a good spot. All right, left Z motor is installed. Just make sure this is nice and tight. Not bad. It's a little loose. Don't want to over tighten it because we got 3D printer part and a rubber pad. So it's going to be a little, it's going to feel a little different. Feel like that's nice and tight. All right, get this side done too. There we go. Rubber pad is showing all the holes. Nope, no, it just moved. There we go. Now I can get that up into place. And then start tightening these screws down. Almost. There we go. One more. All right. Let's make sure that these are nice and tight and snug. And then get our Allen key, make sure that everything is securely tight. There we go. That's not too bad. Oh, don't want to over tighten it. Good. Yeah, that's good. And one more. A little bit more there. Yeah, that's good. All right, very nice. Now this picture. Guide both the Z motor cables under the frame towards the X-Buddy box. Connect the cables to the lower third and fourth slot on top of the buddy board. Motor cables labeled ZL connect to the left slot, ZR to the right. So This one should go underneath there, all the way across. That one should go there. They should both come out right there. Let's get those there. So let's look at the picture. Reading it on the board's a little harder. There we go. So it's the big one and then ZLZR. So got these cool little crimp-on ZL, and if you can see that, but it says ZR. Well, crimp-on bands, ZR. Not going to focus on it. Anyway, so this is our ZR, and that is going to be this one right next to the bigger double connector, and then ZL is next one in to the left. And what's the next picture? And we want it to run inside of the zip ties, but also beside the board. So up and beside the board. That looks good. Feel like that looks like it's in the box. Yeah, yeah. Let's take a look at that with the second cam. Yeah. So one's running kind of behind the board there. Got those both seated in all the way. Not too bad. I think that's good. ZR and ZL. And ZL's the left one, ZR's the right one. Yep, good. And now step 9, mounting the X-axis assembly. So let's go ahead and prepare this. We need the 2 trapezoidal nuts that we had from before. So bam and bam. And then we need, how many? We need 4 of these M3 times 10 screws. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's M3 times 10. Yep. And we need the X holder. Oh, this is the thing we used for mounting the zip ties earlier. Very nice, yes. Anyway, okay, so we got all of our parts there. Summing the X-axis onto the smooth rod. Carefully slide the X-axis assembly onto the Z-axis smooth rods. Secure the position of the X-axis to the frame. Engage the X holder in the center of the X-axis by the top of the smooth rod and then by the printer frame. So you're going to do it by the rod and then the frame, okay? This is where we have to be very careful with the bearings as well. It's important to place the X-axis in the center of the frame. If not, the centering results could be inaccurate. Well, they don't do a good job of giving us a center here, but that's fine. First thing we'll do is very slowly, very gently guide the smooth rods. Oh, wait, let me change the camera real quick. Sorry. There we go. Gotta try to do this as straight as possible, so we don't lose any bearings. Get out of the way. And then make sure that the threaded rod passes through without problems. Slide you out of the way. And then we want to get this as close to the center as possible. feel like that's in the center. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, it's a little off center. Hmm. See, why didn't it say earlier not to tighten them, or did I just miss that? Oh, yep, I just missed it. See, that's what I get for just going completely through without even reading all of. I try and remember to read all the instructions before completing the steps. Get in there. Just gotta back them out a bit. Just get them so they're just barely snug. Like just until they just want to stop turning. Yep. Oh, let me loosen that one up just a little bit more. There we go. All right, now I can scroll back down. See, you gotta just make sure I pay attention. Secure the position of the X to the frame. Uh, All right, start with the right motor by carefully and gradually tightening the individual screws holding the Z motor are aligned. Align the threaded rod with the X and idler. Watch the threaded rod move while tightening. Tightening the right front screw tilts the top. Okay, so I gotta get up and look down on it. And obviously when we tighten them, it tightens it towards that area. I want to make sure it's centered. This is what it should look like. Okay. It's actually kind of like that already. Trying not to get in the camera view. Oh, I'm not. Right next to my head. That looks pretty straight. All right, now the other side. This one's a lot harder. Can't get my head down in there. You know what? Slide it much further over. There we go. That one needs to go way over this way. Ah, that was not good. Not a smart trimming. One. Go. Just need to slide my mic out of the way for a second. There we go. Now I can see down there. That's actually not too bad. It's hard to see in the video, but it's fairly centered. Since it doesn't have to be perfect, but all right. Pull my mic back now. This out of the way. I put back in the middle. Middle for me anyway. Yep, so it's not touching the surface. Surface, 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 surface. Yeah, okay. Now screw the trapezoidal nut into the right threaded rod. Note the correct orientation of the nut. The smaller diameter of the nut must fit into the hole in the X end. If it does not, the threaded rod is incorrectly centered. Control nut with two M3 times 10 screws. Does not matter which holes in the nuts you use. So let's take a look. Should slide right in there. And then we just use those. Okay, so let's thread our trapezoidal nuts on there. Should just go right down in there. It says it doesn't matter which holes we use. So I'm just going to use the holes they show in the picture. Obviously, we're going to use the holes we show in the picture because that's where the nuts are. There. And need you to spin. There we go. Just making sure that they are nice and tight, not being overly tight. All right, now that's what it should look like. And prepare the following steps. Please prepare Z top left, Z top right, which I believe were the last two things in this bag. Yep, and yep. So this is the Z top right. This is the Z top left. And then we need 4 times and 3 times 10 screws. 4. Beautiful. And step 14, place the Z top left rod on the rod and align it with the frame. Okay. So pretty easy. Rod goes on there. And then don't use because when tightening in case you try to run the screws. Oh, you know it. That's what I forgot. Let's see, make sure the frame can accept these screws first. Gonna need the Allen key for this one because I gotta be at an angle. Come on. Yep, that's pretty good. I'm not gonna try the other ones. I think we're good. You know what? Questioning that now. Let's pull this part off. I think I should have just checked. No, it doesn't want to come off. Not gonna force it off. Okay, that hole is giving me a problem. Can I get you off of there? You're not letting me. Come on. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Jeez. Where'd it just go? Went flying. There it is. Took some of the extra bags with it. All right. So let's get this tested out here. Yeah, this hole is not clean. So let's get this threaded in there first. Much better. Let's check this hole too. Go straight, go straight. And this hole's not that clean either. So, yep, just run them all through, make sure. All right, now we can get back to putting this part back on here. It's all the way on. Threaded rod is centered in there. And let's get this much easier. Allen key for this one because the screw rod is in the way of my driver from getting in there. Oh, come on, come on. Gotta be difficult. There we go. All right. Let's see. Does it say move the x-axis a few centimeters down, make room? Yeah, I'm fine with that. Can't reach screw behind the rod. Repeat the step on the other side of the frames. Either rotate both threaded rods parallel to move the x-axis and lay a few centimeters higher to release the X holder. Remove the X holder from the printer. Okay, so once we get this other one on there. Go. This one in, and we're almost there. With this step, this chapter. Come on. That is not going in there good. Where'd you go? There he is. Hold that line up. Oh, it looks lined up. There we go, much better. Nice. All right. I think we're making progress now. Yep, rotate both rods, so we need to rotate them a little bit. Now we can remove the X holder from the printer. For the following steps, please prepare step 15 for level electronics, extruder main cable, M3 times 6 screw 1. So let's get the screw first. 3 times 6. We already have out. We only need one of them. The love board, which I believe is in this box. Nope. This box. Yep. And where is the love board? There's the love board. Yep, so we got the love board right here. And then we need the extruder main cable. Is that in here as well? No. Or is it? Nope, those are pants. I can go back in there. Maybe the extruder main cable is one of these bags. Or not. Extruder main cable. Let's see the picture of it. Spare bag, body, power cable, reflective sticker, power panic cable, beam cable, CD cable, fastener. Extruder main cable, there it is. Just missed it. Oh, there it is. So we got our extruder main cable here. Wow, that is a interesting cable. Lots and lots and lots of wires. And then we've got our love board. Put this off to the side. All right, so now we can get down to assembling the love board. Move the X axis to the center of the Z axis. So we need to move this to the center. And then turn these till we get to the center. Oh, this is going to be the fun part, isn't it? Luckily, they gave us a screw right there to kind of reference. There we go. That looks pretty good. So, step 20, extruder probably in the center. Take the end of the extruder cable without the white label from the back of the printer. Guide the main cable from the printer through the gap between the belt and the upper rod. So we want all this back behind here. And then we want all of this between the upper rod and the belt. Just like that. There we go. Between the upper rod and the belt. Make sure I got that right. Yeah, and I got the keys all right there. Don't know if that matters yet. Connecting the extruder main cable. So divide the twisted wire and the straight cable from each other. So twisted wire is there, straight cables are there. Then guide. First guide the straight cables through the channel in the X carriage. So there's the channel right there. It's turned a little bit so I can see better. There we go. So let's get all the straight wires through there first. That's a lot of wires. There we go. Those are all in there now. Then guide the twisted cables through the channel. Connect the extruder main cable to the love board. Leave the extruder main cable extended approximately 2 centimeters, 0.8 inches. So let's get this right here. So now we put all those through, and then we put the love board on there like that. Okay. Now we need to get these in there. Okay. And then we connect the love board in, just like this. I think we got a little too much cables left in there. There we go. Yep, that should be good. Mounting the main cable. Attach the love board to the back of the X carriage to secure it with the M3x6. So I need to turn this around to the back. Make sure my main cable doesn't get smashed by anything. Grab our M3 6 screw. So that's going to go down right there. Okay, I see it. Get in there. Ow, elbow. Yep, and the 3D printed part's got some nice little guides there to make sure the board ends up straight up and down like that. And with any PCB, you don't want to tighten it too tight, just until it grabs. And then we want to flip around back to the front now. And gently push and pull on the cable to get rid of any of this excess. Okay, feel like that's pretty good. Don't have a whole lot of excess in there. Cables must not interfere with the extruder motor components. Basically, it needs to be, oh no, it is in that way a little bit. So let me loosen this some. Wires over there. Now I can tighten that back up. There we go. because that's where the extruder motor goes. Gotcha. Okay, feel like that's pretty decent. Connecting extruder main cable parts preparation. For following steps, use the X carriage cable holder, one with the screw hole. Not with, so there's two different parts that look similar. One's with the screw hole, one's without the screw, and one M3 times 40. I don't think I got an M3 times 40 out yet. So let's see where the M3 times 40 is. M3 times 40 right there. So nope, 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 nope. Is this it? M3 times 40, 3 pieces. We only need one. And now we need the X carriage cable holder. So X carriage and heat bag, nope. X extruder, Y carriage and heat bag. X carriage cable holder. It needs to be, yep, that's it right there, the one with the screw hole at the end. Little triangle push it, showing which way it goes. It looks very different than the other one, but I see why they made the distinction. And then we've already got our M3 times 40, so now we need to, on step 20, push the M3 times 40 screw through the X carriage holder in the way of the arrow, so this way. So the arrow, got the arrow right here pointing to my right. And so we're going to enter, and this is recessed to accept the head of the screw. So we pushed it straight through. Not pinch any wire of the main extruder cable. So now let's turn this back around again. Man, it'd be nice if I had a turntable to put this on so I can keep going back instead of going back and forth. So this is how it gets attached. And screw it in just like that. So let's make sure not to pinch any of these cables. And it goes with the rounded part up. Of course, as soon as I let go of the cables, they want to go right in the way. There we go. Yep, that's pretty good. Yeah, we already did all that. Covering the X carriage parts preparation. So we need the X carriage back. Is that what's in here? Yep, X carriage back. Yep, X carriage back. Rubber pad. We found the Z-axis bag. This is the Z-axis bag. Oh wait, it's the other bag. Oh no, it's over here. Not the printed parts bag. This one. Yep, so this bag that says Z-axis, there's another rubber pad in here. Go. Like that. And then we need one M3 times 10 screw. That's super easy, barely an inconvenience. Get this out of the way. And then M3 times 18 screw 2. Got those as well. 2 of them, so 1 and 2. And then we need the nylon 3 times, okay. Oh, same bag. Here's the access bag again, the nylon. So that's what this is right here. Get out of there. They've even got it bent for us. That's kind of cool. Oh, there we go. Pull that out of the way for a minute. Step 22. Place the rubber pad into the rectangular pocket. Next carriage, I got this little window here, so it's going to cover that window up. Just like it did on the previous parts. Just nice and friction fits in there. Not too bad. Insert one of the bent ends of the nylon filament into the hole located on the left side of the main the extruder main cable channel X carriage. So this goes in. And it goes into, let me do it this way, it goes into pretty far back there. Is that it? Let me get that into high quality. Zoom in. Yeah, it's all the way back there. Got it. Just the cable's in the way. There we go. Yeah, that slides in super easy. And then it goes right down the middle. Oh, we want to go up and over. So let me do it the other way then. Since it's already bent this way anyway, instead of fighting it, let's get it up and out of the way like that. And since it's already bent that way, makes it easy. Whoops, how did I do that? Alright, okay. Sorry, I clicked the wrong thing. Attaching the X cover back before we cover the back of the X carriage. Make sure that the upper bearing is in the pocket inside the X carriage, and make the markings facing the nylon filament is pointed upward. So let's make sure that it's in its home, and the marking is facing us. Yep. Align all the bundle cables into the X carriage guide channel. Place the X carriage back on the X carriage and arrange the main cables like in the picture. Be careful, no wires must be pinched. Secure the X carriage back with 2 M3 times 18 screws. Insert and tighten M3 times 10 screw into the upper hole in the X carriage back. Okay, so let's look at the picture. So, yeah, we've got this all set up the way it's supposed to be. Yep, all those are there. Next picture, we want to guide all of these. Through here. So down there. Through here. And then that all needs to go on right there. So the yellow is the 2 318s and the blue is the 10. Okay. Make sure none of these are pinched in there. Yeah, that's good. And let's just get this nice and tight. Right? Does it say anything about not tightening it? There's carried back, insert, tighten, empty. Yeah, yeah. So not saying anything about not tightening it. Let's get that back up. And then our M3 times 10 on the top up here. Sure, these are all nice. I'm not even gonna do a super tight. I'm just gonna get as tight as I can with the driver. Perfect. And now we can get out of that picture there. That's the way everything goes still. All right, so now we need 2 zip ties. A textile sleeve 8 times 520, so there should be 3 different lengths. One length. So I got 2 lengths in here. But this is the thicker and longer one. And according to the list here, there's only 2. So the smaller is 5 by 300, so it's not what we need. We need the 8 by 520. Yeah, 8 by 520. Perfect. Exactly what we need. And the X carriage holder, which is the other one of those that did not have the screw hole in it. There we go. X carriage holder. The little arrow on the top right there. Got that piece. Don't need any screws or anything right now. So push 2 zip ties through the X carriage cable holder. See the correct orientation of the zip ties. Wrap the extruder main cable and nylon filament under the X carriage. Keep a 1 centimeter gap between the sleeve. Okay, so let's get a high def picture here. So the nibby parts need to be down, teeth need to be up. It slides in and through there. And another one. Sweet. And then we need to wrap all this wire, including the nylon cable. Begin to wrap it. In our sleeve here. Come on. You can do it. There we go. And then we slide it up. I said to leave about a 1 centimeter gap. So yeah, that's about 1 centimeter there. So not quite to the end of the printed part there. Make sure that's wrapped all the way up. And then we put the other side. So what is this called again? This is the X carriage cable holder cover. And we want to put it down and use the zip ties, type zip ties, so that the head fits into the pockets of the plastic part. Cut off the excess zip tie. So this is the way it should look here. There's pockets there. Oh, there are pockets there. I see it. So we get that all in there. Just slid down on top. Yeah, that's what's in there. Super nice. And then tie that, get that head down into the pocket. That all the way in there. Can't see. Feel like that's in there all the way. I mean, if not, we can always just cut it off and try again. For right now, I think that's good. So let's go ahead and cut off extra. Of course, the pliers they gave me have got the little nippy part. Makes it super easy. Barely an inconvenience. There we go. All right. So that's done. Nice. And then wrap the textile sleeve around the extruder main cable and nylon filament. Seeing a spiral motion around the bundle so that it's tightly bound together. So let's see if I can get that done easily. Pick up the frame. Whoop. There we go. Come on. It's a bit of a pain. Let's check out what the comment says. Walk in the park, particularly if you have three hands. Haha, that's hilarious. Yeah, no, don't have three hands. Oh, look, I got somebody. What's up? Diggs PDW1. Just saw you there. Not watching chat because paying attention to wrapping cables here. Guess it would help if I had the chat up. Yeah, wrapping these cables is not the easiest thing in the world. It would be nice to have 3 hands. Almost got it though. Come on, almost there. Oh, come on, let's get this wrapped. Boy, this is way more complex than it really should be. Come on. There we go. You're kind of tucked in right there. Let's get you untucked. There we go. The other side goes over. Yeah. Sure, it's nice and twisted, just like in the instructions. No problem. Just took a little while. All right, attaching the extruder cable holder parts preparation. We need the extruder cable holder B and A times 1 times 1. That's what all that's left in this bag here. This is super easy. Oh, I made it in that time. Yep, so we got our two parts. Guess this is A and this is B, or maybe it's the other way around, who knows. We need one zip tie, no problem, super easy. We need M3 times 18 screw times 2. So M3 times 18, 1 and 2. M3 times 10, 2. So 1 and 2. And then we need 2 M3 and S, so the square nuts, which are where? Where'd they go? There they are. And we need what? 2 of those? 2 of those. Boom, boom. All right, so we got all of our parts we need for this step. Oh, we also need a textile sleeve. 5 times 300 times 1. So I believe that was the only other one that's left in the Z-axis bag here. Yeah, 5 times 300. There it is. Oh, it's going to be fun. Another one of these cable guides. Cable, textile wrapping sleeves. Just let my fingers do it real quick. All right, got that as well. So got all of our pieces. Now we can do step 28. Wrap the X motor cable in the textile sleeve. Come on. Get in there. Get in your home. Come on. Hey, right now, this is not the fun part. Come on. Just over here nodding my head, because really this is not fun. Come on, get in there. There we go. Let's see if we can get that Seal up in there nice and neat. Come on. There we go. Oh, why didn't you go all the way down? Push in there. Just making sure my OCD is catching up with me here a little bit. Making sure that the right side is tucked underneath correctly. All the way down the length. Almost there. Come on. I'm going to be done with this stream soon. I'm already be on here for a little over 2 hours now. All right. So we got that on there. It's all right if the sleeve doesn't go over the full length of the motor cable. Yep, it sure doesn't. Insert two M3NS, so the square nuts all the way into the extruder curve A. So it's this one. This is the A one. So I was right the first time around. Let's see if we can get these in here without the pliers first. Oh yeah, they slide right in. That one just slid right in, and that was not too bad either. Let's get that pushed in there all the way. Yeah, yeah. That, yeah, that's good. All right, take the front, take the bent end of the nylon filament and locate the hole in the extruder cable holder A. So this way like this, and then that's the hole that this needs to go in. Get all these wires out of the way. Okay, so just like that. Nope, not just like that. So like this. Why isn't this working the way it looks like it's supposed to? There we go. Get in there. Oh, and that square screw just fell right out. Stay in there. Stay in your home. It's where you belong. Okay, so that's the way all those cables go now. And now assembling the step 30, assembling the extruder cable holder. Guide the extruder main cable freely from the printer. Do not twist or rotate it. Guide the X motor cable freely from the printer. Insert the extruder main cable. So let me turn this sideways real quick. Because we need access to the buddy board, it looks like. Okay, so yep. That's the way we got this and this. If you would just stay down in there, please. Thank you. The next step is going to be to pass that all through into the main cable and the cable channel, and take the X motor cable and guide it over the extruder main cable through the left channel. Okay, so it needs to go over. So this needs to come down and through there. And this needs to go over through here. Yep, take the X motor cable. Guiding the X motor cable behind the main cable could cause Problems with x-axis travel when printing. Yep, okay. Cover with the cover the cables with the extension and secure it with two M8 times 18 screws. So put this down and over that. Get that to cover all that. And then get these M3 times 18 screws down in there. Got my driver. Make this a little bit easier. There we go. Make sure none of those wires are, yeah, those wires are pinched in there. That was all good. Let's get a zoom up at this and see what it looks like here. Yeah, well, that looks pretty damn similar. Over. Not a problem there. And then with zip tie in the groove, tighten up the zip tie and cut off the excess of the zip tie. So basically need to flip it over. There's no channel for it, no. But there is a home for the zip tie's head. Slot for it right there. And then we're gonna snip off the excess. Snip, snippy. All right, mounting the extruder cable holder. Push the X-axis motor cable and the extruder main cable through the hole in the X buddy box to the electronics. Double check that the X motor cable does not guide behind the extruder main cable. Compare it with the picture. So it should be this way, like this. So we need to drive all the cables in there. Guide all the cables in there. It's the love board cables, the X motor cable. And it should be exactly the way it is in the picture, which is like this. And then we use the two M3 times 10 screws. Leave the cables free in the buddy box for now. We will connect them later on. According to the third picture, prepare the guiding of the extruder main cable. Note the cable, the curve of the cable. I'll do that in just a minute. Let me get these screws in here first. See if I can get this most difficult screw in first. Anywhere near the hole here? That's what she said. All right, let me do the front one then. I can actually see the hole here. There it is. There we go. All right. Yeah, you're screwing. There we go. All right. It's threading in there. Now, whoop, took my bit with it. And now let's get this one started at least. Are you threaded in there? There we go. Yeah, I feel like it's threading. Is it? Is it? Is it? Can't tell. Yeah, there we go. Much better. All right, that's perfect. Got it. And now we can take a look at this. And according to the pictures, should be running up and around and down in. And this one should be running up and around and down in. That all looks correct to me. I like it. I like it a lot. And we're gonna reward ourselves. We get some more of our gummy bears. I think after I'm done with step 34 here, I'm gonna call it quits for tonight, and we will. I'll pick it up tomorrow. Again, I don't know if I'll be doing it during the day. Might be if I get the chance with the wifey and the kiddos. I didn't have a chance today because our hot water heater went out. The exhaust fan for our hot water heater went out, so we're all out of hot water. So I had to try and fix that. It's not something that I can fix, so I had to call a maintenance guy out, and he can't fix it today. So we're without hot water. So boo. The wife's not happy. The kids really don't care, but they scream whenever they get in the hot water. It's funny to me, but you know it is what it is. So let me eat my gummy bears here. And then we're gonna compare our build with the picture. So let's go ahead and take a look at the front here. So zoom in. Got all the love board, wiring, everything done here, everything done here, everything done here. Flip all that open, all this is installed. That's all right, yep. Flip it around to the back. Yep, everything looks good here. No wires aren't plugged in yet for the buddy board or the love board, and for the X-axis, not yet. Nothing's plugged in here. This is all running the right way and twisted. This looks all running the right way and twisted. This all looks good. And the only thing I can see is wrong right now is the Z motor on that side. The wire's not running underneath the frame like it's supposed to. But we haven't zip tied anything yet, so that looks pretty good there. All right, so everything looks good for right now. We're going to go ahead and cut it off here for tonight. Get started on our next chapter, next step in the assembly process with the next true assembly. So we'll do that sometime tomorrow, either during the day or at least sometime tomorrow night. So we'll see. So thanks a lot for watching. Thanks a lot for joining. You know, again, if you like this, like and subscribe. You know, other than that, you know, guys have a wonderful evening, night, day, wherever it is in your part of the world, and be kind to each other.